MIT University. Regarding behalf, while I begrudgingly tolerate this label of a boutique design studio, it's rather small and minute. We work on various different projects for startups to market leaders, to really making these brands globally ready at the point where this country is having its breakthrough moment. So we have its theme today with the theme day I've been contemplating, right? So today, globalization context often claims that design is universal and it's borderless, but I feel like somewhat along the way, something gets lost. So what does it mean to design to come from somewhere? I believe that design should not be created in a vacuum. It should be situate one's practice, establishing a sense of context of time and space. And this thought find its way into my practice day to day, be it like setting up a brand in Vietnam that helps it celebrate its roots and culture, or through our studio practices, initiatives, the one that we really don't have to obey to any brief, only to our own ambitions, which I'm presenting here through 3 projects. Each respond to time and place differently. I'll make sure I'll be quick. Okay? So when I first came back from my education and work abroad, I find myself wrestle with a local vernacular identity. So I find myself very interested in these remnants, cultural elements that is part of colonial imposition, but also local invention. So be it architecture or these types that you can find on the internet market, I'm sure you've encountered before. And so fascinated with these kind of elements, we created this project called Republish. And so me and the team at behalf would work on to create these typefaces and revive them through a process of both research-based and speculative in a sense. And we released them as an open font license. Right now it's available on Adobe fonts for people to use for the community, along with documentations and storytelling articles about each of them. So not stopping at the typefaces, we also create exhibitions to visualize the type in a more physical form, just to bring it closer to the community it belongs to. So allow them to have a chance to experience and connect to these letter forms in a multi-sensory and meaningful way. We want to restore the authorship to local letter forms, whose histories are overshadowed by progression of time, and as an attempt to decolonize typography in time and space. As an educator, I have a lot to talk about decolonizing typography, but I know this is not the time and place for it, so if you want to talk about it, please see me later. And you can see the title, you probably cannot see it all, but the title of the internet market is now visualized as a piece of digital art here. And for the next project, we believe that leaning onto time and place doesn't mean that we just extract from its context. It has to give back something in return. So for this next project, we engage with placemaking and meaning making of a contemporary place, in this case, the city of Dalat, a small hillside city 300 kilometers from Saigon. It's a collaborative project with Phố Bên Đồi, and it stemmed during COVID, where this touristy city get hit the most. So we grew an idea from scratch to reintroduce the process of mapping the cities and its tourism in a more sustainable way that would keep people to visit and revisit this place through culture, art, architectural, history, and not just a check-in location. So the next step was to really get support from local city government. Our process is every bit as joyful as it sounds. So over the years, we made the project meeting all governmental requirements, approval from institutions, bodies and policymakers. We finally got approval for publishing. We got also endorsement from UNESCO, just in time for the city to get the title as a creative city, and we released it map to the public. It doesn't end as a map. We also extrapolated to become a placemaking project for people to express the love of the city. And then people would express what they feel about the city, where they want to go, and somewhere here somebody would want to take their loved one to the middle of the lake, and that's I found quite interesting. So it also become a blueprint for our questions: what constitutes a great city? and we want to bring this into other cities in Vietnam, including Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, as a place for people to express their love to the city. And the final project I want to present today. This is our recent labor of love this year, and something connects to the sense of time and place very dearly. If you can make sense of what's going on in the picture, this is what the project is about. So the place that we want to address this time is the province of Quảng Trị, which happened to be situated in the line between the North and the South during the Vietnam War, or as we call it here, the American War. I'm sure many of you would be surprised to find out those objects in the image are unexploded ordnances. So basically bombs, landmines, cluster bombs that are buried from the war 50 years ago. They lay dormant only to be randomly detonated by innocent people. So we've worked with this NGO called Renew to secure fundings from Government of Ireland and build a digital innovation through data programs that educate the local people, children to learn about the danger, but also we want to tell the stories to the world, to the anti-war community about this issue. So we work with massive amount of data, which has been a huge challenge for our small studio, not only due to its size and its difficulties in terms of information, but it also the emotional heaviness to it. So from these, we creating a design that helps communicate the story. So the project features data visualizations and mine clearance process from 1975. So even with modern efforts and technology, the mining in Vietnam may take at least 100 years.